survived until Thursday. It's Thursday night. Oh man, it's been quite a week. I knew I wanted to sit down and draw tonight, but I did not know what I wanted to draw. And the reality is that I still don't know what I want to draw. I have no idea. I've just kind of got a blank slate thing going on. A couple of ideas I've been working with. I've been thinking about doing sort of like a retro series. I was always a big Robotech fan growing up. I loved that series. I thought it might be fun to do a character from that, but a little more in the style that I can draw. I don't have a very exacting anime style to what I'm drawing here. I'll tell you what though, this paper sucks to draw on, I can tell you that much. Not a fan. Not a fan. So we're gonna try some of this very old board that I just have lying around. Oh, I wonder. Well, there's been a certain person who plays sorcerers a lot, who made a new character for the next Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and that is supposedly another sorcerer. I guess she's kind of like a blend of a bard and a sorcerer to some extent, right? So that's a character I could work on. Sort of had this notion that character, she's got like a fiddle that she carries with her. So maybe this is more of a like an action pose for her with her fiddle somehow. I would definitely need to grab some reference images of what a fiddle looks like. You know what? It'd be better if she was like this is what this whole session's going to be tonight. Watch, it's just going to be me putting lines on paper, erasing them, trying new lines, erasing those. It's just thinking like, what if she's got the fiddle on her shoulder like you would if you were playing it? There could be some like serious foreshortening here. Yeah, even more aggressive than that. The fiddle's kind of like two round shapes. Sort of. Something. Then it's got a neck. Whatever this top part is called. A fiddle. Is it just a fiddle? Isn't a fiddlehead a plant? That's a type of fern, isn't it? That's not an actual part of a fiddle. Oh, that's what it's named after, right? Probably. So I guess, yeah, it's a fiddlehead. Something. Maybe she's like holding it and casting a spell with the other hand or something. Wait, does she use the bow of the fiddle like a wand? What do you think, chat? my one audience member here. What does she do? Does she use the bow as a? It's like a magical focus of some kind. That'd be kind of cool. Oh fuck. Pardon my French. Excuse me. Holding that bow up triumphantly. And she's got kind of like this cool long jacket on, right? So of course that's got to be like epically blowing in the wind. Sort of like that. Something. See, I think she had like a skirt and some big honking boots on. I think that was the idea that you had. All right, that's something. I could start with that. Definitely gonna need some foreshortening and sort of some image reference of what a fiddle would look like being held like that. But also I kind of feel like she wouldn't be holding it out quite like that. If she was making this pose, I feel like she would be holding it out more like this way. Like her hand would be semi-foreshortened. Play around with some other ideas for poses here. Like this would be cool too, I think. Oh, this board has like a texture to it. Wearing down the pencil quickly. I can see a pose like where she's looking like she's ready to kick some ass too. Wait, if you are a right-handed fiddle player, you hold the fiddle in your left hand and bow with the right? Yeah, right? Same as a guitar, right? A right-handed guitar player. Okay. So she would have the fiddle in her left hand. Assuming she's right-handed, I guess. Something like this is cool, but I don't think it's as dynamic. Let's see. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm glad something does. this idea, kind of like the dynamicness of this pose. Just needs some adjustments here. And I'm trying to save myself from making 1,000 erasures on my finished board like I've been doing. Trying to go in with a little bit of a plan, you know? So yeah, I feel like yeah, I feel like it would be more like that. I think what I don't like is also not a fan of the I kind of feel like she wouldn't be quite that dramatic about it. She would be more that's the other thing, right? Like this is gonna get used in a token. So you want like a pretty clear shot of the character's head. So that looks good in the token. There. The collar of that jacket would be lifted up from her shoulder here. The other collar would be under. Sort of. Just under there. it's time for an Arlo visit. Hey, buddy. He is smacking me on the back with his paw. Hey, bud. You want to be YouTube famous, pal? Be in my stream. Oh. Yeah, I need to get him his own camera so he can come make biscuits for the internet for everyone to enjoy. Buddy, the camera's up here. All anyone can see is your butt. Are you enjoying yourself, pal? I think you're smudging up my paper. I got cat paws all over my sketch. It's not going to make it into the finished product, you know? Okay, pal. Thanks for the visit, buddy. Man, I can't believe how crazy that wind is out there tonight, I gotta tell you. The wind has been so wild lately. Ripping pieces off the house. Blowing stuff all over the neighborhood out of people's yards. Makes me think we're gonna have a really cold winter. Like the wind chill is just gonna be outrageous. But I don't even care. I will go out into the woods, recharge my battery any chance I can get. I'm really mad that I haven't gotten out there this week. I need that for my sanity. Get out there, blow off some steam, touch grass. Yeah, okay, now we're getting somewhere. this drawing is going to require me to use a lot of reference. I'm going to have to dig into hairstyles I've never drawn before, musical instruments I've never drawn before. That's not true. I've drawn a violin before. So this is a fiddle. So it's just more it's like a violin, but more West Virginia. Yeah, I think something is here. I think the beginnings of an idea are here. Gotta say, I'm not a fan of this board that I'm sketching on either. This is why I save the crummy stuff for doing rough sketch stuff. No, don't like that. Sometimes I can just start and be like, no, I don't like the way that's headed. I do kind of wonder if she started off with her head thrown a little more into it, which I think would be more dramatic. Like if she were like really I like the idea of it being more thrown back with her head, but I sort of feel like it wouldn't make for like a good token. It would make for like a good drawing in general. So I'll probably go something a little more forward facing. Slightly lifted up, but not quite that much. Yeah. Let's see if I can find some quick reference. All right. Okay. Got some ideas here. You know, there was a time when if you wanted to do references for a drawing you were making, you had to like go down to the library, find books that had illustrations or pictures in it of what you were trying to get, collect like magazine cutouts. I used to have like flat files of just like interesting compositions and interesting reference materials, and now Google image search makes all of that obsolete. Well, I can tell that possibly finding fiddle reference material is going to be a little more difficult. But yeah, I've got some good stuff here. So yeah, hey, I was close on the way the braids go on this sort of thing. Try something different. This part. Say I am definitely feeling the effects of the week. So busy. It's always so busy near the holidays. have to think about this a bit. And yeah, definitely some reference materials is going to be needed. Careful here because the shoulder is actually kind of behind this collar. So her raising her arm up, her chest cavity would be a little bit more tipped this way. See, I got a lot to do here to work this out. I like the power of like really raising that arm up. I think it's going to be really dynamic if I do it that way. think I have a cool idea too. I think with the fiddle outstretched like this, sort of, might be a little more perspective on it than I'm showing here. Something. Oh, maybe not that far. It'll look like a guitar. But yeah, I'll have the fiddle out here. And like she's got her bow extended, and I think just like you see just like a magical sort of energy just tearing, as if she's, you know, the action being shown of her stretching her arm back with that bow. And then maybe within the magical stuff, there's like some little discordant notes just kind of flowing out. You know, so that the lines sort of represent the magical lines here, whatever I end up doing. Maybe it's something wavy, but it sort of takes after the lines in sheet music. Which is just, yeah, some notes and stuff. I don't know how to write sheet music, so look, there's more reference I'm gonna need. Yeah, I think that's a good direction for this. Let's see if the back of this I can do more here. What other kind of cheap board do I have here to draw on? Oh, this is nice, it's just not the size I usually draw on. Save that. Ooh, man. Maybe I was too tired to draw tonight. I'm losing focus. I might have to call it quits here. But you know, I feel like I had an idea for a pose. It was my initial idea. Needs a lot of refinement. Definitely have to dig up some reference materials, but it's the start of a plan. Well, this is a short drawing session tonight, but that's what I had in the tank. If you've watched, thanks for watching, and please subscribe and come back and watch me bring this character into a real-life drawing after a little bit more reference and planning here. Well, have a good night.